Have you ever made a decision that felt right in your heart, even when your mind screamed otherwise? Or met someone and instantly felt their essence before a single word was spoken? There's a reason we say, follow your heart. Not just because it's romantic, but because your heart carries a truth the mind cannot grasp. The mind analyzes. The heart knows. In today's video, we're exploring why the heart sees more clearly than the mind, and how tuning into this inner compass can change the way you perceive everything. We live in a world ruled by intellect. Logic, analysis, strategy. These are the currencies of modern success. We're taught to think our way through life, to suppress emotion, and to trust data over intuition. But what if the mind isn't the ultimate source of clarity? What if the very thinking we rely on is what keeps us blind? Today, we step into the quiet knowing of the heart. Not the sentimental heart, not the emotional chaos we often confuse for truth, but the deeper heart, the intuitive organ of perception that feels truth before it's spoken and knows direction before it's mapped. We'll explore ancient spiritual teachings, modern science, and real-life wisdom that reveals your heart is more than an organ. It's a lens of soul vision. Let's begin. Let's be honest. The mind is brilliant. It's a powerful tool for analysis, memory, language, and pattern recognition. But it also has its limits. The mind is rooted in duality. It separates, categorizes, and filters life into this or that. It lives in the past, relying on memory, or in the future, projecting fear and strategy. But clarity doesn't arise from comparison. Clarity arises from presence. The mind is like a flashlight in a dark room. It illuminates only what it's pointed at. But the heart is like the sun. It radiates light from within. When you rely only on the mind, you become trapped in overthinking, doubt, fear, and control. You analyze relationships to death. You second-guess every decision. You try to figure it all out. But life isn't a puzzle to solve. It's a song to feel. And that's where the heart comes in. You might think of the heart as simply a pump, but it's so much more. According to the Heart Math Institute, the heart has its own intelligence, its own brain. It generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body. In fact, the heart's field is 5,000 times stronger than the brain's, and it radiates out several feet from your body. This field is not just biological, it's perceptual. The heart picks up subtle information, emotional resonance, energetic alignment, and soul memory. It can sense what the mind hasn't yet perceived. Ever walk into a room and felt something was off? Ever met someone and knew something about them without logic? That's the heart reading the invisible. It's why the heart is central in so many spiritual traditions, because it's the gateway to truth. Not relative truth, not opinion, but direct knowing. The kind of knowing that comes without proof, and yet is more real than anything your thoughts could produce. Long before science caught up, ancient mystics understood the power of the heart. In Sufism, the heart is considered the seat of the divine knowledge. In Hinduism, the heart chakra, Anahata, is the center where divine love, intuition, and higher consciousness meet. In Christian mysticism, saints spoke of the Sacred Heart, where divine truth resides, not in the intellect, but in the soul's center. The Tao Te Ching teaches that the heart-mind must become still for clarity to arise. In Egyptian mythology, the heart was weighed after death, not the brain, to determine one's truth. Why? Because the heart remembers what the mind forgets. It sees through illusion. It feels beyond form. It remembers your connection to Source. The heart doesn't speak in words. It speaks in vibrations, sensations, resonance, and warmth. Where the mind asks, "What's the right answer?" the heart asks, "What feels aligned?" When something is right for you, your heart doesn't need to explain it. It just expands. You feel a quiet yes, a soul-level click. No panic, no rush, no resistance. Just presence. The heart doesn't debate. It doesn't argue. It knows. But because we're so conditioned to trust the rational mind, we often ignore this knowing. We dismiss our gut feeling. We go with what looks better on paper. We regret it later. The more we tune out the heart, the harder it is to hear. But the opposite is also true. The more we honor it, the louder it gets. Have you ever faced a moment when your heart said one thing, but your mind said another? Maybe the job offer was perfect on paper, but your heart sank when you thought of accepting it. Or the relationship seemed healthy and functional, but deep down, something didn't feel safe. This is where most people get stuck. We're trained to rationalize our way into decisions, but the most powerful decisions are felt. In truth, the mind is meant to serve the heart, not the other way around. The heart is the compass. The mind is the map maker. When they work together, life flows. But when the mind tries to take over, confusion sets in. You start chasing goals that aren't yours, living a life that looks successful but feels empty, staying in places your soul has outgrown. You don't need more pros and cons. You need stillness to feel what your heart already knows. The heart's wisdom is subtle, but powerful. To hear it more clearly, you must cultivate inner quiet. Here are a few ways to reconnect. Number 1. Daily silence. Spend 5 to 10 minutes a day in stillness, placing your hand over your heart. Ask nothing. Listen for everything. Number 2. Breathe into the heart. Shift your awareness from your head to your chest. Breathe as if the air is flowing into your heart space. Number 3. Ask the right questions. Don't ask, "What should I do?" Ask, "What feels true?" Not what's safest, but what expands me. Number 4. Track expansion versus contraction. Does this path open your chest or tighten it? Does it feel like home or like putting on armor? And number 5, journal from the heart. Ask your heart a question, then write without thinking. Let it answer in its own voice, slow, loving, and clear. Everything changes when you begin to live from your heart. You stop needing constant validation. You stop chasing what isn't meant for you. You stop arguing with your own knowing. You begin to trust yourself. Decisions feel more aligned. Relationships become more authentic. Your path unfolds without needing to force it. Because the heart doesn't chase, it attracts. It draws to you what resonates within your essence. Not because you figured it out, but because you became aligned with it. Living from the heart is not passive. It's the most courageous way to live. It requires trust. It requires listening when logic says otherwise. It requires faith that the soul's compass knows better than the world's map. So I ask you, where have you been listening too much to your mind and not enough to your heart? What would it mean to surrender to your deeper knowing? To stop overthinking and start feeling? To follow the invisible path lit by inner light? Because the truth is, the heart sees more clearly than the mind. Not because it's loud, but because it's true. And when you begin to see life through that lens, everything opens up. If this video resonated with you, take a moment today to place your hand over your heart and simply listen. There's a truth there that no book, no expert, no voice outside of you can ever replace. Let me know in the comments, have you ever made a heart-led decision that changed everything? And if you're walking this path of inner wisdom, make sure to subscribe for more soul-centered content every week. Stay true to the heart. It always knows the way. Thank you for watching. Until next time.